45 is the resistance. How are we supposed to find R2? But I don't get this. I'm gonna take a little break. Well, I have a test tomorrow, but I'll just wake up early in the morning. I can't sleep. Let me watch like one YouTube video.
I don't like your T-Series. Nothing personal, kid. But I must go all out. Just this once. So come on, T-Series. Looking hungry for some drama. Here, let me serve you.
So class, this is what a metaphor is. We're gonna be using this in a 50-paragraph essay. Hamza, why are you late again? It's the 5th time.
Sorry.
Next time you do this, you're going to the office, right?
Okay. Why is this happening again?
Alright guys, now it's independent work. Your rough draft's due in 15 minutes.
Mr. Murray, did you check next work?
Man, why are you always late to school?
I don't know, man. I just woke up late.
What are you talking about? I saw you playing PS4 till 4 o'clock in the morning.
What do you mean, man? I was like doing homework or something.
No, you weren't. You can't be doing this, man.
What do we have now? What's the work?
You have to work on a rough draft. It's doing 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yeah, man.
I even start though, man. What the hell?
Wake up, man. You're in class.
What?
Alright, the 15 minutes are over. I'm coming to check your rough drafts. Hamza, what is this? You didn't do anything.
I wrote one sentence.
That's
What is
nothing.
something?
That's nothing. You always do this. Come, let's go. We have to go have a talk. Hamza, you have 8% in this class. You have 50 leads. You might not even get the credit. You want to be like that Naveetan kid who got 0 credits last year?
No, I just.
No, like it's not a joke. You have to pay attention in class.
I know.
No, like it's grade 11. Think about it.
I know. I'm trying. I just.
No, like if you didn't even start your comedy, I gave you 15 minutes for it, right? Like I might have to call your parents and we might have to have a talk together.
I know. I can't. I can't focus. I can't study. I can't do my homework. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I need help.
Calm down, dude. Like we need to figure this out, I guess.
I don't know what it is. I get home. I try to do my homework, but then I'm really tired. So then I go on my new phone, and then that just turned into hours. And then I realize that it's too late to do my homework, so I just go on my PS4.
So I see there's a lot of distractions now. You have to figure this out. I know someone that you can talk to. I might have to help you out.
So you can help me?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So we need to figure out what's distracting me, because I need help. I need to focus in school. This is grade 11. I need to take it seriously.
What is the main reason, in your opinion, as to why students tend to struggle to focus in class?
Students struggle to focus in class for so many different reasons. Sometimes they haven't had enough sleep the night before and they're falling asleep. Sometimes they're on their phones and they're obsessed with checking stuff on their phones. Sometimes they're distracted by the students around them, but there's lots of different reasons why students have trouble focusing in class.
The reason, I believe there are a combination of reasons. Things stemming from personal stress, fatigue, the need to fulfill expectations when they're not and they stress about
Do you use social media?
No, I don't use social media.
And why not?
I don't use social media because I think it's very distracting, that it will distract me from my work.
I think social media has had a very negative detrimental effect on the ability for students to focus. I think the idea with technology that everything is so fast and so easily accessed. So I think students have a difficult time slowing that down and taking a longer time to process some information because they're so used to getting information so quickly on social media and through technology.
Yeah, there's usually very short clips that they'll watch, and because those short clips only have their attention for a certain amount of time. So when they're in class and they see a presentation, then they can't focus for long.
And I strongly believe I see students who do not know how to use the technology they have with them within constraints.
Wow, I never realized that all this social media and fast content has such a huge impact on me. I wonder how many hours other people spend on it.
10. About 6.
6.
4. A lot.
I also wanted to get a second opinion, because I don't feel like social media is completely bad. We just have to find a better way to use it.
No, I think it's like how you use social media. If you're using it in the right way and if you're using it for work, then I think it's really effective. Because if you want to become like a businessman or an entrepreneur, there's a lot of like inspirational videos on Instagram and Twitter or anything if you want to work hard.
My phone is always distracting me in class. Whenever the teacher stops saying something for a moment, I'll go directly on my phone because I just can't stand the boredom of nothing happening. Would you say that you're overworked at school? Like too many assignments, homework?
Yeah, I think we're like teachers are giving us too much work because whenever I see my friends or I want to hang out with them, we're always busy, and most of my friends are starting to get white hairs because they're stressed out about school.
I feel like teachers usually don't think that students have homework from other courses to decide to give a whole workload, thinking that that's enough for them, but in reality it's a lot.
Think that you're overworked at school?
Yeah, honestly.
And does this cause you to have less sleep than you would on a regular day?
For sure. I'm always staying up doing homework, and it's just not good for me.
I don't think so, no. I think some students have trouble managing their time, and I think some students will take 3 hours to do something that they probably could do in 30 minutes.
I don't believe students are overwhelmed by the amount of work they have to complete. I strongly believe that they need to learn how to manage their time more effectively in order to avoid procrastination or in order to prioritize what is important and what needs to be done. It's a life skill too. Once they're able to do that, then obviously it'll be less stress.
You know what? I think they're right. When I get home, I would always say to myself, I'll do my homework later. And then when I eventually do start my homework, it's really late and it feels like forever. If I did it on time and worked efficiently, then it wouldn't be that stressful.
Sleep deprivation is definitely a very serious issue. Sleep deprivation not only can affect students' ability to focus, but also their mood. It can affect how they're feeling that day. Sometimes they're a little bit grumpy. Sometimes they're a bit snappy. The other thing with sleep deprivation is that's the time when the teenage brain is growing. And I read an article once a couple of years ago that said that the teenage brain actually needs more sleep than a newborn brain. And as you probably know, a newborn baby usually sleeps anywhere from 12 to 13 hours a day. And many teenagers are not even getting 6 or 7.
I wanted to do some more research on sleep deprivation to understand it better.
I think social media is probably one of the ones that gets the most attention, and well deservedly so, because it is one of the common reasons for that. But it's not just social media. Part of it is their need to be connected at all times to their cell phones or their iPads or whatever it is that they've got, and the feel that they need to respond to everything right away, which is different than the way that previous generations were raised. So they feel like they need to keep that with them and be in touch all the time. And there's a syndrome known as fear of missing out, FOMO, where they don't want to be left out of anything. So the phone is one of the best ways for them to keep in the loop, if you will, so they're not left out.
When I do all my work really late, I do end up sleeping really late as well. But I didn't realize I actually needed that much sleep. No wonder I can't wake up in the morning. Now that I know about all these problems I have, I need to find a way to fix it. I need some solutions.
I think of what could happen if I keep procrastinating. So if I keep procrastinating, then I would do my work at the last moment, and my work wouldn't be good quality work. It would be, I could have done better, and I would get a little more.
Yeah, so what I do is I go on soundcloud.com/ash_357 and I go listen to my music while people are distracting me, because that's a good way of like relieving my brain.
A couple of tips to help for students who are struggling to focus. Number one, for students who have a really tough time staying away from their phone, turn your phone off. Turn your phone off, put it in your bag, and then turn it back on at the end of class. That's number one. Number two, sit with students who are focused. So if you know that a friend of yours is someone who gets distracted easily, and a friend of yours who has also trouble focusing, don't sit with that friend. Sit with people who are going to help you focus more as opposed to less. And I think the last one is to try to stay organized and try to, follow along with the teacher's instructions by, either taking notes or filling in some sort of, worksheet that the teacher has provided. And I think that also is a great way to sort of stay engaged and stay focused during a lesson.
Now I need to use all this information and implement it into my life, because I really do want to be a better student and a better person.
Damn, bro, you finished your essay. You also came 10 minutes early today, huh? Guess that really worked out. Guess you might not be like the Niviti kid over there.
I worked hard.